want the national government, we want the provincial government to take ownership of those issues.
In his quest to bring government services to some of the mountainous villages in the Bulolo district, local MP Sam Basil has discovered that most villages along the Morobe, Northern, Central and Gulf provinces do not have access to basic government services. In his visit to 4 villages in the Wau rural local level government, he learned that education, health and transportation services have been non-existent for decades and villages there are only accessing them now. The excess of these services have resulted from the District Support Improvement Program funds.
So it brings back to me a question of what is the provincial government doing with all the recurrent budget and money that has been given by the national government to make sure that all schools in those areas operate, to make sure that there are teachers, to make sure that there are medicines.
Basil said government services like the building of education infrastructures are the responsibility of provincial and national governments. But over the years, these responsibilities were not materialized, leaving people without education facilities. He said the office of local members are only there to support and maintain the existing infrastructures that the provincial and national government builds. And he questioned whether provincial funds allocated for classrooms in his electorate were spent.
There are people with no boundaries, no land, because of the provincial governments are confused whether they belong to Oro or they belong to Morobe or they belong to Central Province or they belong to Morobe or they belong to Gulf or they belong to Morobe. So those people are being neglected, and I believe that with the DSIP, it's more of a band-aid solution.
The delay in government services arriving at villages along provincial borders stems from their geographical locations. This situation is similar to other villages located along provincial borders in the country. But for Morobe, Basil says, with the limited funds his office gets from the government, he will be using them to bring services into remote areas in Bulolo. Tekla Gunga, National EMTV News.